Uh,
Go.
anyway, I think I got back on the school bus to go to school, and which I did. So I went ahead and I finished that school year and got my diploma, high school diploma, which makes me pretty bright now. So, and then, but at the same time, I met your grandmother. Is that right? Yeah.
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 According to Grandma, it is.
And son of a gun, she talked me into getting married, so we did finally after she graduated from school. And so then we started having kids. So that's about it. So we're going to start over now. We're going to go back a ways. I don't know how far back, or I think I was talking about the second grade. But back in those days, on the farm, if something needed killed that was sick or something of that nature, that was always my job to do that, and then I had to dispose of them. Well, if the old chicken happened to die, I'd get a lariat rope, and I'd be on the horse, and I'd tie this lariat rope around the chicken's leg or neck or whatever, and the way we'd go dragging it. I'd drag it up in our pasture behind the house. And so that was some of my cowboy exploits. Other than that, then as we started getting bigger, we rode the calves and all that good stuff, and everything just kept getting bigger and more sophisticated. So we started riding bulls and breaking horses to ride, which is, to me, was always fun, and to other people it was crazy. But we done that for quite a while. And so, I don't know, how far back do I need to go? Where was I?
Wherever, like, whatever you can remember.
I don't remember a whole lot. What do you think?
Like, what were your elementary years like? Do you remember those?
Oh,
like kindergarten?
Not too much. We always had to work. We always worked. And I was always in the field doing something. I can recall in 1937, my dad bought a new John Deere tractor. And, of course, in 1937, I was 10 years old. And we got done harvesting that year, and then we started plowing, and we was using this tractor. And he'd come in and he'd lay down for dinner, and he'd eat, and then he'd go in and he'd sit in the old rocking chair and he'd take a nap. And I'd go out and I'd look this old tractor over, or this new tractor over, and I'd give her a crank or two. You had to crank the flywheel to get her started. And so to the field I would go with that sucker, and it might be 2 o'clock when he showed up then to take over plowing. I already was going, and that was my big mistake, I guess. So I just kept going, and I'd put in more hours all the time, doing that kind of thing. In early 1940, he bought a Gleamer combine, about an 8-foot Gleamer combine, which is quite a thing in that era. And we'd go to the field. I'd take that thing to the field and get up in it and set it, and it had a motor on of its own, and we'd pull it with this John Deere. So I'd get out there and I'd set it to about where I wanted it to cut for height or depth, whatever you want to call it. And then I'd get on the tractor, and away we'd go. And that's in thrash wheat. Done a lot of that. And those same years, we'd done a lot of hay baling particularly in the summertime. In the wintertime, we would bale oat straw. Everybody that had oats, and back in those days, you raised a lot of oats for the livestock to eat.